Now a timeout called by New York. And no doubt, Coach wants them to improve their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks.
Almost an entire new group here. And while we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for Bam Adebayo.
Unfortunately, we've seen his ability as a rebounder take a back seat these past few seasons. And I'd like to see him refocus on that element of his game. You can never have enough rebounds, in my opinion.
Pass to Richards. Takes a three. It's rebounded by Golden State. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
It's simple. Your defense has to be razor sharp on the road. You really want to take the crowd out of the game. Easier said than done.
I'll tell you this. It looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. They need this. And it's Harris with the rebound. So that's good.
And the poise of D'Angelo Russell, despite the size all around him, that's nice.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose. From deep, nails it from beyond the arc. Richards has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. For three, here's Harris. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. The Warriors on top, delivering the blowout. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Get ready for the Jabberwocky.
Greetings, Shaq, Kenny, and EJ here as we tip off the show with a look at our mid-season Eastern Conference standings.
Well, I think for the Knicks, they've been awesome so far this year. That was expected from the good analysts who know what they're talking about. We've got one on this panel, and it's called Shaq O'Neal. We don't know about the other two.
Taking some time now to look at our matchup, well, everything is going right for the Warriors.
Their work on the glass is one reason they've been in control of this game, playing bully ball. Right, Ernie?
Why would you ask me? I'm not a bully.
Yes, you are.
Ask Shaq. He's the bully.
No, you're the bully around here.
Whatever.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Here's New York. Following this one, they hit the road to challenge the Kings at Golden One Center in Sacramento. That'll be game 5 for them as they near the end of a 6-game trip. They've got Devin Booker, and it's Harris in at the point guard position. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
At the line for the Dubs, Sanders. At the line for one.
Now Maxey. They double him with Harris. Back to Maxey. Pass to Blake. 6 to shoot. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Adebayo, no good.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Well, they're just riding the hot hand down the stretch, and he's been in a zone all night.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Pass to Maxey. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
This guy plays with such confidence and ability to score in a variety of ways. Nice.
Oh, what a shot!
been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Pass to Blake. The three is up. No good on the shot. And Golden State will come the other way.
All right,
and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harris. And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. You take a look at the Knicks. Still early, but they have the third best record in the conference.
You know, for the Knicks, there is a lot of talent on this team, and they've delivered. They're having a great season in its own.
That mean I'm about my business, Pull up, make a racket with all these diamonds in my tennis. Okay, let's get it, I ain't got no time for janky business critics, BOA with runners never knock me off my pivot, We can't spend no time after he reaches spinning limit. Tripping penny pinching, I need a big percentage.
And if the beat live, you know Lil Ju made it. Big chain around my neck, so these on bridge. And I don't even with the big stack in this purse, so these on working. I'm holding this in my Birkin. Got a whole that L trying to come for my pen. I'm really finna make another M. Now tell me how the I'm in the wrong if I don't want the we still ain't with the be working. I make moves in silence. Might never like me and I'm fine with it. Nasty. I'm a real fantasy. I'll for a broke handle me. Rich energy. Y'all still messy. And I'm sick of y'all trying.
Greetings and best wishes, Frank, and the starting group for the Spurs. We've got Jared Vanderbilt. Stephen Curry's out there with Cunningham. And it's Ware in at the 3 spot for the Warriors. Harris is out there with Harris. Then there's Sanders. And it's Castro in at the 4 spot. Richard, we're seeing a lot more back-to-backs now at this mid-portion of the season. What are those like to play in for a play?
Oh, they are fun because it's a mental challenge and it's a physical challenge more than anything on that one. But I love it. I am not opposed to back-to-backs because you know what? There were players that used to have to play them and fly on flights in the morning. Now we get to fly on private jets. So if they can do it, we can do it.
And you got to get your rest, though, between those games, don't you?
Yeah, you got to get your rest. You got to get your sleep, but do not eliminate the back-to-backs. I love it.
Here's Harris. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
See, this is what analytics don't take into account. Some guys thrive in the mid-range. Really depends on the shooter. It's actually kind of lazy.
And it's the Warriors' ball. 4-point game. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harris has got 5 points so far.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Harris against Curry. Cunningham outside. Rejected by Harris. They recover it. Vanderbilt kicks to Curry. San Antonio again missing.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to start the game with 4 straight misses. Oh, look, that's about as rough as it gets. It'll get going soon.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. It ended in the bubble, but how about the Spurs playoff streak? 22 consecutive seasons break coming to an end.
Kevin, making it every year from 1998 to 2019, winning 5 titles over that span, and having...
Hey, Joshua, what you doing? Oh.
the same head coach certainly helped that streak. So did having, a couple Hall of Famers.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
And you see that motion shot. Cunningham very consistent from distance.
With three, Harris, and another three for Golden State.
How about really? From long range, just going at each other.
Take that, he says. I see your three, and I'll raise you another three.
And the call will be against Harris. That's his first foul. Mitchell, he's checked in for Cunningham.
Davion Mitchell.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. To the paint, here's Mitchell. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Just an unselfish play from Curry, always ready to move the ball and his body to help an open shooter.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris.
And we get a chance to check out the numbers for Harris. Averaging about 27 points per, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, they rely on his production night in and night out. There are times when he absolutely carries them.
Yeah, not sure.
No. Pizza and chicken. You want the last slice?
I'm sorry?
You want the last
5097?
You want the last slice?
What that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Warriors making a change here. Harris has checked in. On the wing, Mitchell. Again, Mitchell missing.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. The tray. It's hauled in by Harris.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
.127 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Daniel. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Mitchell against Harris. And it's Mitchell missing.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his team.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. And he makes the first. So he gets them both. And it's Harris with the ball for Golden State. They lead by 7. Fires the 3. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
The pass to Daniel. Here's Gray. Mitchell feeling it out a bit to the middle. Gray, that's good.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Warriors leading by 8. Harris inside, covered by Mitchell.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
They were ready to roll right through the tip. There was no... warm-up period. There was only, let's do this.
The Spurs shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. The Spurs making a switch here. Vanderbilt's checked in. Spurs trail by 9.
Not the phone number, the address on file. Thank you.
Mitchell outside, and the call will be against Harris. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The Spurs shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Taking 2 shots.
And Mitchell drops them both. And the Warriors with possession here. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, despite the challenges of being away from home, they were able to execute.
And get ready to move and welcome out your Warriors next team. Of Nation, once again, give it up for your Warriors dance team.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
It's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Davion Mitchell at the line for 2.
And the first one drops. He hits both from the stripe. Now here is Harris. That will count. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And it looks like they are going to review the
previous play is under review.
NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
They're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. The one goal they had coming into this game was to not let Curry beat them. And so far, their defense on Steph has been tremendous. And don't go away. We'll be...
Fans, give it up for your Warriors.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
On the floor for San Antonio, we've got Kate Cunningham, who's out there with Stephen Curry, and it's Boyd in at the 4 slot.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
Yeah, you're not going to just have the green light for long if you're chucking up bombs like that.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. There's one thing, Greg, that defines a modern NBA big man. It is mobility.
And they've got to be able to move their feet and really play in space. Otherwise, they just can't stay on the floor in today's game.
After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And Curry makes the floater look so sweet. You just assume that it's going in the minute he releases it.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Spurs. They trail by 7. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And this is a team they battled in the conference finals last season, coming up short. A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. It's Curry outside. Curry with another miss. Warriors leading by 7. Pass to Sanders. Here's Harris. And another basket for Golden State.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Here's Curry. From deep. Again, Curry missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes...
with authority!
That is a monster finish.
And I like Russell's ability.
For the alley-oop. Boyd can't get it to go.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Harris finds Russell. Now here is Harris. And the kick by Harris.
And not only does he get all the way to the rim in traffic, but how about he goes to the reverse?
You got to be kidding me. That was awesome. Spurs trail by 13. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. It's Curry outside. In it goes. That's his 3rd bucket. He's missed 5 so far.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Russell kicks to Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 4 assists in the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Get up and make some noise once again for your Warriors.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for the Warriors.
And it's really been a big night for that backcourt. They've given their guards as much freedom as they want, and over again, those guys have come through.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played.
2 minutes.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Harris is checked in for Harris. Frey passes to Jeffries. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Mitchell left side. And that one hits back iron.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Out to the wing. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Jeffries. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Spurs have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
He hits the second from the line. 1:24 left in the first half. Here's Harris. They get it back. Sanders dishes to Harris. Fades back. Count that one. Harris has got the lead up to 14 now for the Warriors.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
Mitchell outside. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Here's Titov. It's rebounded by Gray.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Pass to Ware. On the wing, Mitchell. Here's Gray. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Warriors leading by 12. For 3, Harris drills it from outside. Harris has got 38 points.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Mitchell left side. Passes it to Daniel. He's off from 17 feet.
That is not a bad decision.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance.
Their efficiency on offense jumping off the charts in the first half. They've been focused on getting quality looks, and they're shooting a high percentage because of it.
No question they put themselves in a great position right now.
Okay, time to discuss the first half of this one. Specifically, which guys are leading the charge for their teams?
The league is so full of elite point guards. We get to see incredible matchups every night. You can't ignore the skill that both of...
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We've seen a tremendous game from Harris.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
And when you rip through the D like he did in that first half, you got to stay aggressive. Keep getting to the rim.
They got Harris. He's out there with Russell, and it's Castro in at power forward. That's the Warriors foul.
Into the lineup for your Warriors, Harris.
Cunningham against Russell. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Cunningham. Curry's got 10 points.
The better shooter you are, the quicker you become. Curry makes it so hard to guard him in these little moments. He slips past the defense.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
The pass to Ware. Back to Curry. 5 on the clock. Hands it from downtown. He's got 13.
What focus from Curry on offense so far, doing everything he can to provide a lift for his squad.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
It's first ball.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Curry, a screen on Russell. Cunningham for 3. And Jared Vanderbilt gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And from college to the pros, Richard, you played for some legendary coaches. And speaking of coaching, is that something you've ever entertained doing?
I never have, and I never will. Coaching, the amount of hours that you have to spend sounds exhausting. I love my job right now, and you know why I love my job? Because I get to work with you.
Oh, listen, the feeling's mutual. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for him. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Leans from outside, and it's in there. Harris has got 40 points.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Vanderbilt, a screen on Russell. Here's Cunningham, and Sanders pulls it down. Sanders has got 4 rebounds in this game. There's the lob for Harris, an emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Harris against Curry. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Vanderbilt, and the dunk by Vanderbilt.
Clever move by Curry, using the play to make room for a different shooter.
Harris against Cunningham. And the basket by Harris. Harris has got 44.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Both teams will make substitution.
One more time,
and we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. Take a look at the Warriors. What a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, there's the Spurs. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
And, you know, for the Spurs, they're not in a good place right now as a
place, but it's got me now. I feel it in my mind and through my that it's coursing. I feel it in my soul as it drags me down. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa. So here's one for the dreamers, 'cause all the lovers have blown my mind. You said they'd never believe us, they've never been that way inclined. But out in the cold, when you're old, and you're living off the time you sold, well soon you'll see, there is no room for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Welcome to the NBA Dunk Contest. This is the moment you've all been waiting for, basketball fans. Let's meet the slam dunk participants. Let's hear it. score tally is. Make sure you text in your vote for the score next time.
If you see Cap, just put the Billy on it. Got the city on it. I was riding in that Civic, homie, probably with a shorty. Now I never like to kick it. Everybody keep recording. Go by two things in my lifestyle. Money and lose. Everything start getting better. You gon' see they ain't even cool with you. Bad tryna fool with them. Want nothing to do. Fake love tryna make amends just cause of that little bitty trend on TikTok. Leo.
Hi, everyone. We welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
Now a look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. They've got Harris. Zion Williamson is out there with Jokic. Then there's Sanders. And it's Nichols at the small forward.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And, Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd. Spectacular move. Wiggins' elevation, body control, strength, elite across the board.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam King. And here is the East now.
And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
Harris, good. Harris has got 5.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star Game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star Week.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think.
Outstanding awareness and a terrific finish.
Pulls up on the elbow. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Harris has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Monty Williams. David, what did he have to say?
Now, he's spoken with the guys. Now, he wants to make this a competitive game, one that features at least some execution and not just a bunch of lobs. Maybe some ball movement. He said, look, if we're going to be out here, if we're going to take this court, we might as well try to win this game. And that means playing the right way. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Harris outside. And the 3 ball is good. He's got 10.
Well, I think, as is always the case, the story of the game tonight won't have a lot to do with defense.
That's the way it always is. I mean, a half-court alley-oop or a spectacular behind-the-back pass, that's exactly what the people want to see in this game.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. The East All-Stars shooting their first free throw of the night. And so he hits the technical free throw. And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
Both teams decided to change it up.
And, you know, fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Shot clock at 5. Out to Smith. Launches it. Good on the three-point shot. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star Game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the good things about the All-Star Game. I'm not sure he realizes there are 4 other guys on the floor with them, trying to make this a one-man show.
Yeah, he's got a little black hole going on there. If he gets it, then he's not giving it up to anybody else, and that's really not what this game is about.
Rejected by Harris. Inside, Barnes. Good, and Harris gets the assist.
It's typically a lot of shots go unchallenged in this game every year, especially early on, and that one, no exception.
Here's Gilmore. And no good. And it's the West taking it the other way. And it's Harris off the drive. And the jam by Harris.
And I'd have to say the decibel level just rose about 300% in here.
Certainly sounds like it. I mean, there's nothing these fans love to see more than highlight reel dunks. And that one certainly qualifies.
That's tipped. Smith left side. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Smith's got his second basket of the night.
Not much in the way of defense being played here early on.
Well, you know how it works. I mean, both teams will be conserving their energy at the defensive end until later on. That's typically how this thing unfolds.
And here is Harris. He's got 15. And he drains the three, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And indeed, they're going to look at it again.
The previous play is under review.
At this point of the game, you know, some might say, hey, can't we just skip the replay this time around? But you just never know.
Yeah, anything can happen. I mean, they want to get the call right, and the league is taking steps to speed the process with the Replay Review Center in Secaucus queuing up the footage for the officials.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they're keeping the call as is. It was close, but he had not released it before the clock had expired.
Yeah, still better safe than sorry. I think they did the right thing to take another look at it. And if it's
and a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. West All-Stars lead by 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Back with you again on the most entertaining night on the NBA calendar. 1 quarter down and 3 to play in the All-Star game.
And guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Smith. Then there's Devin Booker. Then there's Harris. And it's Garland in at the 2 guard. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
The East making a switch. Higgins is checked in. From outside the arc. They get it again. Here's Harris over Sanders. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. 2 shots. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the West All-Stars.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defenses, racking up the points, too.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
And Harris drops
there's one more bag.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So
No, Joshua ate the whole
taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost. They need to break this game open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
Harris setting the pick for Booker. Shoots from 12. The West grabs the miss. Harris outside. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Booker the pass to Wiggins. Outside Garland. Booker outside. Wide open. And another miss by the East.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing, but they don't want to chance that again.
West All-Stars shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. First one falls for him. And the East with some changes. Banchero comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. And it's John Morant in for Garland.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Morant outside. Passes to Banchero. 6 on the shot clock. Over Tatum. And another miss by the East. The West leading by 8. In the corner, it's Harris. Shoots over Morant. That's good from Harris on the assist by Tatum. 23 points for Big Dog.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Morant with a wide open look. Drills the three-pointer. Morant's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. So the West ends up going with the new group.
Substitution on the court.
Quarter number 2, around 50 minutes gone by. And he commits the intentional foul. Harris is checked in for Halliburton.
Third team foul.
Now a timeout called by the East. Nice game, great performance by Harris.
Man, he continues to burn them with his scoring. The coaching staff's going to have to come up with a different approach defensively.
Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball.
2 minutes to go.
Now Kuminga still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And slam dunk by Harris.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Here's Morant. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Morant's got 5 points so far. For 3, Harris. The three-pointer is right on target. Harris has got the lead up to 10 now for the West All-Stars. Got a piece of it and stolen by Harris. Moving it up. Curry passes it to Harris. Over Gilmore. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. 30 points for Big Dog.
Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Floats it up for Williamson. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Down low. And Adebayo throws it down.
Don't take your eyes off Bam. When he comes off the floor, he gets up and the slams are just too good to miss.
Curry's shot is good.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And how about the assertiveness from Morant, wasting no time firing. Love his approach.
Harris against Morant. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Sanders. Harris looking it over. Shoots over Morant. Harris, good. Harris has got 32 points in the game.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher. And coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. It's the West All-Stars. They lead by 11. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And it's time to strap in as we get set to bring you the explosive action of the second half of the All-Star game.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second has even more in store for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final two quarters.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. We've got Williamson. Sanders is out there with Harris. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Nichols in at the 3. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And one look at the box score will confirm that.
The East trail by 10. Now here's Sanders. At the elbow, it's Harris. Higgins trying to free himself up. Harris misses.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Here is Sanders. And the pass to Banchero. Sinks the triple. Banchero's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
And the shot is good. And the West leads by 11.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points. And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Stephen Curry, he's checked in for the West. For 3, Harris. And another 3 from the East.
And
Two teammates there hooking up on that bucket. Always a little bit of an advantage to have guys out there who know each other.
It sure is. I mean, it eliminates some of that getting to know you feeling out period.
Harris inside the line. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Higgins outside. And the call will be against Harris. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
Smith checked in for the East. A three-pointer, Wiggins, no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead. Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
The East